Those of you who are over here from the link on the YouTube video, thank you for coming over and checking it out. Feel free to follow. We do the live on Twitch 1 p.m. every Saturday, right after I pick up the stuff. The people on YouTube see it a week later. So thank you for checking it out. Let me know in the YouTube comments if you don't mind me doing this format. It saves me a lot of time. I normally have to reshoot the video after doing this live stream. So today was a great day. Last night, I don't check the sales of where I'm going to go until Friday night usually. A lot of people who garage sale, guys I know, will ask me where you're going. I really don't know until Friday night. So it turned out, actually my buddy told me earlier in the week, who lives in a small area called Breslau, Ontario. It's like another small little area. It's technically, I think, it's not technically part of Kitchener-Waterloo where I live, but it's just outside. So anyways, we headed out there. I actually started in a little small town called Maryhill. What I was going to say was there was 180 sales listed in Kitchener-Waterloo alone and 260 for the surrounding area on Kijiji, which is like the Craigslist here in Canada. So lots of sales. Pretty much could have gone anywhere today. I decided to make it out to, I think, 6:30 a.m. we left here. My buddy Matt was with me, as you saw. 6:30 a.m. we were out in Maryhill. Kind of a mistake. I had never garage saled in Maryhill, so I had never personally hit it, so I wanted to give it a shot. It was a little bit early to be out there. We only hit about 3 sales, so we quickly changed gears and went back into Breslau, Ontario, right about 7 o'clock. We hit about 10 sales in the first 20 minutes, and it was quickly evident that nobody was out there. I thought that this Breslau sale would be the biggest draw today, and I thought it would, because it was probably the biggest community sale that I knew of. I'll have to get some information from the other local guys that I know who garage sale here. But no competition all day long. Somebody beat us to a Game Gear, but nobody was asking, because I asked if people had been asking. That's one of the things I do. Has anybody else asked for video games, so I know if I should leave the area or not. But really, did really well today. So lots of sales. As you saw from the footage, I've been having issues with my little spy cam. It's been turning on by itself. If it's on for a long time, it can kind of overheat. And I don't know if I ran out of space on my memory card, but hopefully I got footage of each one of these pickups. As always, I'm going to start with the kind of single pickup stuff here. Well, first pickup of the day. So we headed out to Breslau, and there was like a sale as part of the community sale. There was a church sale. And the first thing I saw was this. I could spot that from pretty far away. The old gray brick. It's got the charger. I'm guessing this does not work. As far as I know, these things are like long dead. It's only $1. It's missing the screen, which is good. Well, not good, but I just happened to buy a bunch of new replacement screens for this from AliExpress. So one game in the back, Super RC Pro-Am, which from what I remember is pretty good. I love these games. So yeah, $1. I haven't tested it yet. There doesn't seem to be any corrosion in the battery compartment. I'm hoping this works. I'm hoping there's no like lines, because I'd really like to save this and put a new screen on there. Excuse me. I actually have to fire up my personal big gray brick Game Boy and see how it's doing with the vertical lines. Excuse me. I've been on a pretty hardcore diet. Some of you may know. This is my first time, I guess, cheating. I'm having 1 beer. I like to have 1 beer while I'm doing the recap here. So $1, first pickup of the day. A later pickup of the day, actually my last pickup of the day. I went to a sale, asked for video games, and these 2 little girls were there, and they're like, "Oh, they have a Game Boy down the street." So I made my way down there, and it was an SP, and it's actually a 101 model, in good shape, just filthy. So I got to clean that up. It didn't turn on, so they didn't know if it worked. No games, no charger. $5 listed. I got it for $3, so I actually gave 2 loonies. There was 2 girls, so I gave them each $1 as like a finder's fee, which they were extremely happy about. Okay, that's a good story. I'll do that last. Okay, so went to a sale. Asked if they had games. Well, I saw some Xbox games first, so I was like, "Oh, Matt, just flip through those." I asked some more information. Do you have any other video games? Ended up being pretty good stuff. Patapon for the PSP. I just kind of threw this one in. Turned out that Loco Roco was in there. Both good games. So yeah, that's kind of a bust on that. Strategy guide for Animal Crossing. I think I own this. I remember buying this when the game came out. I played the crap out of this game. I probably put 120 hours into the game. And then for some reason I sold it. And I would love to go back and play this. I never thought I'd be into an Animal Crossing game, but there was a lot of people who were into that game. I sold it, so I mean, if I could get my original save back, which obviously can't happen, I would play it more. I don't want to start from scratch again, but man, I had fun. I'm guessing that was, what, 2 or 3 years ago, and it was around this time of year that this was the big game out. I had a lot of fun playing that. Actually, my wife played it too. It was a good time. 4 Xbox games, all in mint condition. Dead or Alive Extreme Volleyball. Surprisingly fun volleyball game. Amazing boob physics. It's a different game. You can buy new bathing suits for your girl. It's strange, but surprisingly addictive. We got Ninja Gaiden Black. Some good stuff here. Xbox Music Mixer. I actually didn't have this for the collection, so I'm happy to add that. And then Steel Battalion. I don't know if I have this either. It's funny, I picked this up, and then Matt and I were talking, and he's like, oh, I wonder if they had the big controller thing. So I actually stopped the car, got out, and she's like, oh, was it the disc not in there? And I was like, no, it's in there. I'm just wondering. I'm like, this thing came with like a ridiculously big controller, and she's like, yeah, we don't have it anymore. We had it at one point, but it's gone. So I don't think I have this. Yeah, so what did I pay? $5 for all that. Oh, and a PS3 Blu-ray remote, which I'm happy to get. I hope there's not a receiver for this. I can't remember. How would that work? Let me know, guys. Is there a receiver for this? Is there a Bluetooth receiver? I bet you there is. Damn it. I didn't even think about that. Maybe not. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Good deal there. $5. Later on in the day, just kind of searching for sales. One of the sales we went to in the Breslau area, we weren't doing great. We made a few pickups. They told us, I went to the sale, and she was like, oh, we have stuff at my mom's house that I grew up in. We have NES, and she said, what's the system that came out after the NES? I said, Super Nintendo. And she's like, yeah, that's it. She's coming. My mom's coming at 10 o'clock. I'll call her and tell her to bring them. So I'm like, okay, I'll be back at 10. In the meantime, we hit a few sales, and as we were just about to head back, I found this sale with a DSi, a white DSi. This thing looks pretty complete. It's got the charger. It's got an extra stylus still in the wrapper. Looks to be in pretty nice condition. I have a feeling this was adult owned, so I'm happy to find that. I didn't have this box, so ended up getting this for $7. It's been a really good year for DS stuff, like specifically complete DS finds. I found a couple box and complete DSs last week that I needed, and then I 2 original DSs in the box that I needed. So $7, good deal there. I want to save those. Towards the end of the day, I went to that sale, and the sale that I was at where the 2 girls said, oh, there's a Game Boy down the street. The guy said he had some, I think he said he had Game Boy and PS2 and Xbox stuff. So I said, okay, I went to go get the Game Boy, and then I said, I'll be back. So I came back 20 minutes later, and he had a nice stack of Game Boy stuff. So the first one here is Pokemon Pinball, which I'm going to keep because I needed that battery cover. They're always missing that battery cover. On the Game Boy Color, we have WWF Betrayal. Turtles, Follow the Foot Clan. We've got Wave Race. I had no idea there was a Game Boy version of Wave Race. The Punisher. I definitely don't have Wave Race, and I don't think I have the Punisher. Elevator Action. Pretty happy to see that. These are games I normally don't see. Super Battle Tank. I love collecting Game Boy games. RoboCop 2. And the final one is Batman. So, yeah, I ended up paying $10 for that stack. I think there's 9 games here, so another really good deal. Actually, a local guy I know collects Game Boy games, so I'll have to see if he needs any of those. And he's got good stuff for trade, so. I'm excited to play Wave Race. I had no idea that was on the Game Boy. Okay, a couple more singles here. I went to a sale. They had some Xbox stuff outside. I don't think they had a system, but the only one I grabbed was Silent Hill 2 in a really nice condition. I think this will probably replace the one that I have. Another single pickup, Resident Evil: The Dark Side Chronicles. This is like a light gun game. Love playing light gun games, and I don't believe I own that. That was those were each $2. Went to a sale. They had some PS2 games out. I asked what they wanted, and the daughter said $1 each, and the son's like, "Oh, no." So I'm like, "Oh, great, here we go, $5 each." He said, "No, 50 cents each." So I was like, "Okay." So pick these up for $2.50. Hot Wheels beat that. Just the game that I didn't have. I'm definitely gonna play this. I actually really like the Hot Wheels games. They're like Micro Machines games. If you remember the Micro Machines. If you remember the Micro Machines games on the NES, they're similar to that. Nice find here, Taito Legends. A couple compilation games here. Intellivision Lives. I thought I had all these. I didn't have any of them. This is the Activision Anthology. And then the Midway Arcade Treasures. So I just covered basically every game from the late 70s, early 80s, basically. I like the Taito Legends one. I think I have part 2 of this from what I remember. So 50 cents each, $2.50 for those. Okay. Not quite as much stuff as last week, but still a great week. Haven't actually looked at this yet. Went to a sale, asked if they had games. She's like, "Yeah, we have a Wii over there." Starts pulling out a whole bunch of this kind of junk, which is going to go straight in the garbage. And I was like, "Oh, do you have the system?" She's like, "Yeah, it's right here." So I'll go through the games here quick. These Tiger Woods games are actually quite good on the Wii. I would recommend the ones with the Wii Motion Plus, though. I think it started in like 2011, maybe. So Tiger Woods, Dora and the Snicklefritz Kingdom. Madagascar Carts, which Matt tells me is actually decent. Disney Princess, if that'll be up for grabs if we hit 100 viewers today. To one lucky viewer. Dora Saves the Snow Princess. Very nice. Okay, we've got manuals for the system. I'm actually really enjoying picking up the Wii systems. If I can get them for less than $20 with a few games, I flipped them for like $60. So pretty good value there. People are still looking for Wiis. Okay, so this always annoys me. But thank God these are here. Okay, so here's one controller with these really bad Intech rechargeable batteries. So the problem is when you find those, a lot of times you won't find the back battery piece because people just lost them. But thank God that's here. So one what was that? Wii remote, nunchuck, power brick, another Wii remote. We got the stand, a couple Wii condoms here, and then the system, which seems to be in good condition. It's got all its doors, so I think it was not adult owned, but girl owned, which is almost as good. Yeah, so I paid $20 for that. Not a bad deal. Like I said, I can usually get like around 60 out of them. I think people buy them to mod them, or usually for kids. The Wii's actually going to be a console that holds its value. Just because so many people bought the thing that there's people who are going to be nostalgic for playing the Wii. So I think it's going to hold its value at around $50 or $60, which is nice because there's so many of them out there. So that's really it for Nickel Fritz. I mean, a decent pickup still. Now it's on to the good stuff here. I'm gonna go through this one first. So, okay, so we went to that sale. I asked about the video games, and she said my mom will be here at 10 o'clock. We pull up at 10:05. There's a lady in front of us, and they wave her into the driveway. I'm like, okay, that's her mom right there. So we get out. We're waiting for the mom. The husband grabs the box. I'm guessing it's his mother-in-law. She brings they bring the box over, and right away I can see that it wasn't a Super Nintendo. It was an N64 and an NES. So I see the first thing they mention is I couldn't find some of the games, so we have just the box for Narc. We've got the box for Banjo-Kazooie. We've got the box for Mickey Speedway USA. I think I need both of those. The box for 1080. Turtles 2, the arcade game. Little Mermaid. Let's see. Got a stack of manuals, so I don't know. Mickey Speedway, Narc. So all the manuals are in this pile. Yeah. I'll go through the games. So some of the games aren't here that belong with the box. So first up, we've got an N64. Seems to be in really nice condition. No expansion pack. 2 controllers. And then we've got an NES in the bottom. Another controller here. I'll go through the games. We've got Mario Duck Hunt. Solar Jetman. Put this back. Alright, let me show that off. Okay. N64. 2 controllers. Sticks are good on them. It was actually really well taken care of. So we've got Solar Jetman and Mario / Duck Hunt. We got Super Mario Bros. 3. And then here are the N64 games that were in this lot. Mickey Speedway USA, which is kind of an underrated game. Pretty good kart racer. Banjo-Kazooie. Nice find there. Best find of the bunch. Mario Party 3. Unfortunately, no box or manual for... Actually, I think there might be a manual for Mario Party 3. 1080 snowboarding. So, those are the games. 3 NES controllers. We got the Zapper. Let's see if there's a bonus game. What do you think? Mighty Final Fight? Nothing. No bonus game. Pretty good deal there. How did that go down? So as she's bringing it from the car, her mom, the girl says, yeah, I looked up on eBay. And I'm like, oh, great, here we go. I looked up on eBay and I saw that some games, or I Googled it, and I saw that some games are selling for $10,000. It's like, yeah, there was one game that sold for $10,000. There was only like 10 in existence or something like that. So it's always going to be interesting to see how that goes. So it turned out that I thought they were going to go high, so I started off at 25. I'm like, I'll give you, how about $25? I pull out the cash, do the cash and face technique. It's actually the mom who's in her 70s that's like, oh, I don't know. She's like, I think maybe we should just hold on to it for now, and we'll look up what it's worth. And I was like, okay. Well, no, I didn't say okay. I was like, in my head, I'm like, oh, give me a break. After all this, we drove all the way back to get it. I'm like, how about $40? And at this point, the son-in-law is like, yeah. He's like, we're not using it. And he's like, it's up to you. Talking to the mother-in-law, he's like, I would sell it at 40. So, anyways, it worked out that I got it for $40. So pretty good deal there. Well, not pretty good, really good deal considering there was a Mario Party 3 in there. I didn't see that till we got in the car. But yeah, good deal there. $40. Most of these boxes I needed too, so I'll get some boxes and manuals. Looks like we missed a copy of Narc. Yeah, Mickey Speedway USA, Narc. 1080. And then some inserts for the 64 itself. I'm surprised they actually didn't have the box for the 64. Maybe they did somewhere. But everything's in great shape. So 40 bucks for that deal. Okay, so at that point, it's quarter after 10. And we're pushing it. Like, I know that I got to get Matt to work for like 10:40ish. So I'm like, okay, I didn't want to tell him, but I'm like, okay, we're pushing it. So on our way out of this subdivision, we're about to head back and drive him home. I'm just like, okay, let's stop at this one. He's like, oh, no, are you sure? He's like, I think we should go. And lo and behold, I asked for games, and she's like, oh, actually, I have some DS and GameCube stuff. She's like, we don't have the system anymore, so I have no use for the games. And she's like, let me go inside quick, and I'll see if I can find them. So she goes in, I go to the car, I'm like, Matt, guess what she said? Because he's looking for GameCube stuff. I said, she's got GameCube stuff, she's going to check. So she comes out, and the first thing I see, the first one I see on top is this guy. Eternal Darkness. Really cool game. What is it, Silicon Knights? Yeah. Canadian developer. It says developed in Canada right in the back. Yeah, they did this. They did Metal Gear. Metal Gear on the GameCube. Twin Snakes. And then they folded after Too Human. Anyways, Eternal Darkness. Fantastic game. It's kind of shooting up in value too. So that was on top. So I'm like, okay, great. And by the way, these games are mint. Really nice condition. So I think I'll probably swap that with my copy. So we got Eternal Darkness. Another good one here. Gauntlet Dark Legacy. Resident Evil. Lost Kingdoms. And then Crash Bandicoot The Wrath of Cortex. The Sims. And then this is one of the games that Matt's been talking about getting for the longest time. He's collecting for the GameCube. So The Simpsons Road Rage. Really happy that we found that. So that'll go to Matt. Yeah, what did we get? $5. Oh, wait. I think it was... I can't remember if it was 5 or 10. I can't remember. I think it might have been 10. Or it could have been 5. I can't remember. You'll have to check the footage from... I don't remember. It's 5 or 10. I can't remember. But either way, fantastic deal. Okay. Next up here. Like I said, I just... On my way home. Just down the street from where the girls told me where the Gameboy was. Just kind of heading home, but hitting sales on the way like I normally do. I get to a sale, and I ask, do you have any video games? I'm looking for Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64. She says, yeah, we have an N64, but we're holding on to that. Yeah, when someone says that, I have to try. You know, we're holding on to it. Or she said, I was told not to sell it by her sister and I guess her mom. So I said, you know, would you be willing to bring it out? I can make you an offer, and then if you decide not to sell it after the offer, then I completely understand, which is a good tactic. If the games come out of the house, they typically don't go back in. So I ended up getting it. The boyfriend was helping me out. He's like, yeah, you guys are never going to play this. You know, your mom's not even going to notice. The sister actually came out, and she's like, I don't care. So I ended up... They went inside to look for a 64, but they came out with this massive tin here. They came out with this, which I believe is actually meant to hold definitely retro video games, but might be specifically NES. So when I saw this, I thought it was going to be in a television until they opened it up and I saw this. So really nice pile of stuff here. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, so let's see. We've got a Game Genie code book, which I actually don't have, so that'll be going into the collection. System, bonus game. We got Mario Duck Hunt. Looks to be in pretty good shape. I saw some of the games. Well, first start off here, I asked if they had the Super Nintendo to go with these, but they said no. Nice find there. Doom. I don't see that too often. Super Mario World with a destroyed back. Not a huge deal. I can swap it back from one of my crappy games. Uniracers, that's a nice one. Don't see that very often. This is probably the best of the bunch. Mutant Chronicles Doom Troopers. I think that's kind of an uncommon game. It's got a really nasty Blockbuster sticker on here that hopefully I can heat that up and get that off. That is brutal. Hopefully I can salvage that. I need that for the collection, so I think that's a pretty uncommon game. Mortal Kombat 3, which I don't think I have that either. And then, let's see, NES stuff. We got Mystery Quest. I don't think I have that. This is awesome. Skate or Die. Super Mario 3. Kind of a beat up copy of that. Smash TV. I can't believe the NES and Super NES stuff I've been finding the last 2 weekends. Let's see. Okay, we got Quattro something. Oh no, that's Micro Machines. That's a nice find. I love that game. Micro Machines. Tetris. I always like picking up sleeves too. Oh, there's a good one. Super C. This is crazy. I actually didn't realize how many games there were. Bases Loaded 2. DuckTales. Could you imagine if that had been DuckTales 2? That would have been great. Jaws. Wayne Gretzky Hockey. I actually don't think I have that variant. I think there's 3 different cover variants of that. Anticipation. Oh, nice. Zelda, Legend of Zelda in pretty good condition. It says DuckTales, good for kids. Or wait, yeah, good for kids. I think that's an old Games Exchange sticker. Or Discount Games. NES Open. And the final game is Silent Service. So a really nice set there. We got the Game Genie, couple manuals, power brick, cord, 1 controller, 1 third-party controller, and the zapper. Okay, so how many games do we have here? 2, 4, 6, 7, 15 games. Okay, so they pulled that out. Then I said, they started saying, you know, what would you offer just for this? I'm like, oh, do you have the N64? I'd like to see the N64. Then I can make you a proper offer after I can see what you have. And then the girl's like, oh, she's like, it's still hooked up to the TV. So the guy goes back in again. The sister goes in to help this time. And they come out with a box with some N64 stuff. Now, I have not looked at these games. I have no idea what's in there, so we'll go through those together. Actually, I just saw, I think there's Wave Race. But we've got a red controller in decent condition. A red that somebody put a yellow on. The sticks on all these are, I don't know, like, this is probably the worst one. Probably a 6. 4 controllers. We've got the system with no expansion pack. And then let's get to the games. I'm trying not to look here. Okay, first game, nice. Mario Kart 64. Cruisin' USA. Loved that game as a kid. Holy crap. Ocarina of Time. That's awesome. Cruisin' World. Come on, Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut. Wildlife Country Club, close. Turok 2. Wave Race. Mario 64. And Extreme G2. So, 9 games. 9 games, system, 4 controllers. NES, 2 controllers, Zapper, and 15 games. I offered 45. The boyfriend said, how about 50? I got it all for $50. So really fantastic deal. It's funny because, you know, earlier before we got that deal where the mom was bringing the Nintendo and the N64, I was telling Matt, I'm like, okay, it's been an okay day. We really need to get this pickup for it to be a good day. We got that pickup, which was amazing, and then got an even better pickup. I think that pickup rivals the Super Nintendo pickup from the previous week. It's kind of close. But yeah, I finally got some N64 stuff. So yeah, that's it for the pickups for this week. I'll leave a link to Matt's channel in the description below if you want to go check out some of his stuff. He posts a little garage sale video, and he posts his funny song videos and stuff like that. So oh, I forgot to mention these too. So $50. These are included, the Super Nintendo games. But yeah, overall, really good week. Like I said, as always, we are live on Twitch at 1 p.m. Feel free to go check that out. Let me know in the comments below how you enjoy this this new setup where I post the pickups recap on Twitch and just put the link in YouTube if you want to go check that out. Let me know what you think of that. But anyways, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for coming over to Twitch and watching the recap. And till the next episode.